We're back with another video. Um, this is just a trade recap of May 26th today. We're just gonna get right into it. So, starting off in the morning, pre-market. Obviously, I mark out my 30-minute rejection blocks and structure points. So we had this one was kind of tricky because obviously you can tell price was butt cheeks through here, but I noticed we had this super noticeable like rejection block type of thing, wasn't displacement after it, but then we had this huge rejection wick that we saw get tapped into and then pushed out of. So I just kind of marked that area, and after I go over this trade, I'm gonna go over the trade I actually should have taken, but I didn't. So then I saw this one, which was kind of my main focus because it was way closer to price and we had a more recent tap into it. So I marked out this one, and I marked out this candle right here. If you can see that candle right there, and then like just those rejection wicks right here. So marked out those, and then obviously we had previous session highs. There was no previous day highs that we could target. There was these previous day lows, but those are like in the depths of hell. So I didn't see price taking it. Obviously in these markets, anything's possible, but I was more just focused on those previous day highs, and then we had just like these internal highs right here that I wanted to use for targets for my TPs. So then I scaled down, obviously, and I just waited. And I shouldn't have taken this trade because my entry was at 940. I should have waited. But I didn't. I was gonna wait because we had a really nice rejection right here, and price was getting really volatile. And then I waited for this open. I was like, I'm just gonna wait, right? And then it started getting a really good push, so I just entered. And honestly, I could have entered off this rejection and or that retracement, but I didn't. So anyways, we got a really good push. We hit break even, and then we hit TP1, and then price started to dwindle out a little bit. I trailed my stops, and let's pull up the things. I trailed my stops, so right around here I think it was. That was where I had my stops, and then we got stopped out, obviously. I hate that my arrows won't show up. I'm in my broker and they won't show up. Or this is replay, but in my broker they won't show up. But that's where I got stopped out. And that was it. That was literally the trade. I made like $215 off of it, trading 4 lots on ES. Now, after I got stopped out, I went back to just back test it, and I could have taken a way better trade that I didn't even realize because I forgot to, I don't like having biases, but I like to have them to have like an idea, a storyline. You've heard me mention Ray from Compass Trading. He always talks about if you have a storyline in the markets, you know where price is gonna go. If you know your storyline, then you know the markets. So right here we have a break of structure on the 30-minute time frame. So we broke structure. So I should have been bearish. So I should have been looking for bearish. Now we could have kept this, but I should have taken the whole move, which kind of seems like a lot. But this arrow this candle engulfs like all of them. So that should have been my area of interest. And let's just get rid of this. So we keep everything the same, besides we should have analyzed that. So now when we scale down and we wait, if I would have just waited, we had internal liquidity sweep, boom, swept. We had price tapped into this rejection block. We had a really nice rejection, could have entered right here. And then my rule is always at least 30 pips. At least 30 pips for the stop loss. So that's where I would have put it. That's just where I'm comfortable with. You can either always go to structure. That one's kind of sketchy, or like one tick above. But I just always do 30. That way price actually has room to move, because we're obviously looking at a 30-minute move. And usually I'll go like, for this one I had my stops below this wick, but if like that wick was like right here, I would have put them just below the order block. I would have just made sure they're around 30. I want them 30 to 40 just to keep good risk, but also not super tight or super loose. So yeah, this was the trade I should have taken and could have taken, and I would have hit full TP instead of this one, and I could have trailed my stops perfectly. But you live and you learn. So that's today's trade recap. I actually had a few questions for only having like 10 followers. I had actually a few questions about my trading strategy that I'll go over, like individual questions that I'll make videos about. So hopefully I can get those out and just help some people out. Sorry. And yeah, that's it. Hopefully that helped some people, but stay blessed.